Hey guys, hope you're doing well. I've created this content ideas generator using Reddit, which helps you scrape conversations from selected subreddits in your Reddit account and use them as a reference to create social media content ideas, both for organic as well as paid marketing. The main idea for creating this agent came to me through this conversation that I was having with my friend who works in this social media agency for a skincare brand, and one of his daily duties is to go through these forum websites like Reddit or Quora and try to understand the sort of conversations that their target audience is having related to certain topics. This is a brilliant strategy because you are actually trying to listen to what your audience is trying to say, the kind of pain points they have, frustrations and objections they have related to certain problems, and then use those conversations as a base reference for creating content ideas. This is a really brilliant strategy. But the problem is, my friend told me that he has to spend anywhere around 3 to 5 hours doing this research on Reddit. And that's precisely why I built this content ideas generator for him. All he has to do is insert the topic keyword for a particular topic that he wants to research about. And this agent will go to his Reddit account, use his selected subreddits, and scrape all the conversations that have the keyword he has inserted, and then return a set of content ideas that he can use to create content. So that's pretty much the gist about how this content ideas generator works. And let me take you through a quick demo of how this entire workflow functions. So all I have to do is just click on this execute workflow button, and now I'll be taken to a form. Here I have to insert my keyword. So let's say if I want to search about conversations that are being held regarding acne, click on submit, and now you can get back to the workflow. In the first step, this Airtable node will get all the subreddits from the database that I have recorded. Then this Reddit node will search for all the posts in those subreddits. This set node will sort and pass all the necessary fields required by this AI agent to analyze and create content ideas. After the AI agent receives all this data from this set node, it will use that data to analyze all the conversations, create content ideas, qualify them according to a certain logic, and send all that data to the switch node, which will then pass only the qualified ideas to this Airtable sheet. And the disqualified ideas will also be recorded in a different sheet in the same database. Let's wait and watch how this unfolds, and then I'll show you how the result looks like. All right, the workflow is now complete, and let's look at the results. This is the content ideas bank. You can see there are three tabs: subreddit, topic ideas, and rejected. Currently we're on the topic ideas. This holds all the ideas processed and qualified by the AI agent. There are 14 outputs that we have received here. Let's check the agent. 14 items are passed through this particular node. And then in the rejected tab, you can see the remaining 6 ideas that were rejected, and they've also been recorded. This is exactly how this entire workflow looks. These are the subreddits that I had selected initially. So this is how the entire workflow works. Let's get into the details and I'll tell you how all the settings work. All right, let's take a look at how you can start building this workflow. First and foremost, go to the plus sign on the right and select N8N form. Go to the trigger section and click on new N8N form event. And this is how this trigger node will be created. The form title will be keyword form. You can leave the form description section blank or add anything here, completely up to you. And we'll have only one form element, that is the search keyword, and the element type will be text, and placeholder will be enter your keyword here. Click on execute step, and this is how the form is created. Now we enter the topic keyword here. Let's add acne. Click on submit. Return to the workflow, and you can see the node has been executed successfully, and one item has been passed to the Airtable node. So to create this Airtable node, just go on the plus sign again, write Airtable, click on Airtable again, and now you can click on any of these options, because once you get inside the node, you can always change it. So let's say if I click on create a record, but then go back to the node again, in the resource section and the operation section, you can always change it. So for this purpose, we'll need the search operation here. Before you can work with this Airtable, you need to create your account and create a database as well. So just go back to the airtable.com website here and create your account. This is how your home page will look like. Now you need to create a database. So click on create here, then select build an app on your own. And this is how your database will be created. I'll delete this database because I already have one. I'll add the template for this particular database in the description below so that you can directly insert it. Come back to the N8N workflow, and now you need a credential to connect N8N with your Airtable account. So just click on this arrow, click on create new credential. I'll not be creating a new credential right now because I've already created one, but I'll show you how it looks like. So this is how the window looks. To start this connection process, click on open docs, scroll down and click on personal access tokens. So this is how the builders hub of Airtable looks like, and this is where you'll be creating the token. Click on create token and give it a name, then add a scope. Now you have to add all these scopes one by one like this one, and add all of them. Then click on add all resources, and then click on add a base and select all current and future bases in this workspace. Then select create token and your token will be created. Copy that token, come back to N8N here and paste that token. Then you will get a connect option. So just click connect and your Airtable account will be connected to N8N. So the next step is to configure the entire Airtable nodes. In the resource section, select record. In the operation, search. The reason why you are using the search operation is because, as I showed you earlier in my Airtable database, this is the subreddit tab here, and this is where we're going to add the subreddits. The reason for using the search operation is to search all the added subreddits here and take them into N8N. Then select the base, that is the content ideas bank, which is the main name of the database, and then the table will be subreddit, which we've already selected here because this is the place from where we'll be retrieving all the subreddits. Leave this field blank, and limit, you can basically put it according to your requirements. Then click on execute step. So now you can see all these 4 subreddits have been inserted in N8N, and you can see the 4 items have now been passed to the Reddit node. So before you actually work with this table node, you also have to configure this subreddit tab. So for this purpose, just go to Reddit. All right, you can see all the subreddits that I'm a part of. Click on these subreddits one by one, exclude the r and slash, and then add it here. You have to do this for each subreddit you want to scrape. Okay, one important thing is to ensure that you're a part of all the subreddits. You've joined all the subreddits that you are inserting here, because if you're not doing that, you'll not be able to scrape those subreddits that you're not a part of. Okay, now let's return to N8N. This node is configured. Now let's go to the Reddit node. Click on the plus sign here, write Reddit, select this option, and then select search for a post. And this is how the Reddit node will look like. Now you need to connect your N8N account to your Reddit account. So for that purpose, let's create the credentials again. Click on this downward arrow, click on create new credential, and I'll show you how to execute that connection process. So click here and just click on this click to copy option and then open docs. Now scroll down and click on this third party app option. So this will take you to this particular page where now you need to create an application to connect N8N to your Reddit account. So for that purpose, click on create another app, and now you can name it anything you like. Let's say Anytime Integrations. Select web app here. You can give it a description if you want. And then we had already copied the redirect URL, so let's paste that here. We got this redirect URL here, and then all you need to do is authenticate and then click on create app. So this is exactly how your app will look like. Okay, yeah, so this is created, and now this is how your app will look like. Now this thing here is the client ID, and this is your secret key. So you need to post both these values in these sections and just click on connect, and your Reddit account will be connected. Now to configure the Reddit node, the resource will be post because we're searching for post. The operation will be search because again we are searching. The location will be subreddit, and to select the subreddit here, we will take this value that we got from the Airtable node and just drag it here. Okay, then the keyword for which we'll be searching will be taken from the form submission node here. Search keyword, just drag it and place it here. Okay, and then you have to configure the limit. So this means you have to add the number of posts that you want to scrape from each subreddit, and we've selected 5 here, but you can select any number that you want. Okay, now let's execute the step. So next we need to add and configure the set node. So click on the plus sign again, write set, and just select this edit fields option. That is the set node, and this is how your set node will look like. Now the reason for adding this set node is we need to sort and pass only the necessary values that will be required for the AI agent to analyze and process the data so that it can create content ideas out of that. Okay, so for this purpose we need only 4 values. The first is the text value, which is the actual post query. So you have to select this one, self text, and just drag and drop it down here in this section, and then this value will be selected. Similarly, the next value will be title. Again, click on this title value and just drag and drop. Then the subreddit, just a second. Yeah, so the subreddit will be this value. Again, drag and drop here, and then the URL. So this will be the URL of the post. You can see it here. Just drag and drop it down again here, and that's how your set node is configured. So just click on execute step. So this is how the set node looks when it has completed its operation. You can see for all the 20 items, these particular parameters have been retrieved, and now these parameters for all these items will be sent to the AI agent for the next step. Now the next step is to use an AI agent to analyze all the posts and sort out the ones that are worthy of creating content on. So you can see we've already received the 20 items from the sort node. Now to start with the agent node, just click on plus, then say AI agent. Just click on this and you will find this agent node like this. You can see all the input from the set node is here. The first things we need to do is select define below in this section, because usually we converse with AI agents through chat nodes, but this time we're already receiving an input from the set node, so we will choose define below. Then in the prompt user message section, you need to add all the inputs from the sort node that you've called and add them here. The AI agent will require only title and text for the work of analysis, but we will also include subreddit because these values have to be added in the final Airtable database that we'll be creating. That's why we need to call them from here itself. Next, you need to switch on this require specific output format. The reason being, whenever AI agents are giving any output, there's a possibility that the data might be unstructured. And so for that purpose, we need to switch this on so that we can have that data in a structured format. Then go back to the options section here and click on add option. This is where you will get this system message option. Just click on that and then open it, and you can copy this super prompt that I have specifically created for this particular workflow. I'll leave this super prompt in the description below the video. So the whole idea behind building this super prompt is to help the AI agent analyze all the posts and sort out the ones that are worthy of being created content on. And we're doing this with a certain logic, a certain structure. So I'll just give you a brief on how that works. This is the approval process that every post has to go through, and it has got 8 steps. The first step is the problem question detection, wherein the AI agent will be looking out for a certain question, pain point, frustration, objection, or challenge that is visible in that particular post. And if it does have any of these things, it will get a higher score. So the whole idea of this process is to give priority scores to each post that is analyzed through this process. And if they have any of these parameters here, will get better priority scores. The step 2 is engagement signal. The reason behind this step is to analyze how many people are facing the same problem that is being faced by the one who has made the post. That's why we analyze the upvotes of that particular post. And we've created this particular slab for evaluation. Like if a post has anywhere between 0 to 5 upvotes, it will be evaluated as low engagement. 6 to 20 upvotes, it will be medium, and 21 plus upvotes, it will be high. Now you can change these slabs according to your requirements. This is not compulsory slabs that you have to use. It can change. And in the step 3, this is where the approval happens. This is where the AI agent will approve if a particular post has to go forward, right? And for that purpose, it will combine results from both step 1 and step 2 to understand if a particular post is content worthy or not. Now, whenever it has to say yes, the logic is to go for a post that has a problem and a question and has medium or high engagement, right? And in terms of exceptions, let's say if an engagement is low but the post is a clear timely problem, then the AI agent will give it an approval but mark it with a low priority score. Okay. And whenever any post that doesn't match either of these 2 parameters, it will be a no, a strict no. And you can see always provide reasoning for your decision. This will help you understand exactly why this AI agent is accepting or rejecting certain posts, because it will also give you the reasons for that purpose. And that's why this is an important step. So you can always analyze how the agent is performing without coming in here, right? In the step 4, so all these steps from 4 to 8, now these will be used for the posts that have got the approval. And in step 4, each post gets a priority scoring based on relevance, engagement, timeliness, and brand fit. So the whole idea behind this priority scoring is to help you understand which of these content ideas should you be working on first, right? And there are slabs for this as well, and you can change them according to your requirements. And you'll also get a reasoning as to why a particular content idea has been given a particular priority score. The next step is probably one of the most important steps in this process. That's called the awareness stage. If you are in social media marketing, or if you have been a student of marketing in general, you might have heard about this concept called consumer stages of awareness, and that's what we are using here. This is a very important step that will help you analyze and understand how you can be more precise in your communication approach towards your audience. So this step, what it will do is assign a consumer stage of awareness to each post depending on the analysis. Next is the content angle. This is where the AI agent will suggest you what sort of content angles you can use to deliver the message in that idea, and that content angle will be dependent on the awareness stage that is given to the post in question, right? The next step is format selection. The AI agent will basically help you understand exactly which post format you should use, whether you should be going for a long video, a short video, a feed post, or perusal. Once this is done, you can go for the platform selection. The AI agent will give you a suggestion on which platform you should go for, because different platforms have different audiences. Like Instagram has an audience that is visually driven, lifestyle, B2C, and younger demographics. But the same can't be said about LinkedIn, because that has professional audiences like B2B and thought leadership and stuff like that. So the AI agent will suggest you the perfect platform for this purpose. And then if you come down, there's the usual tone, style, and then constraints and the required examples. So you can just completely copy this and paste it in your workflow, and that's how your AI agent is configured. Now the next step is to configure this chat model. So just add the chat model here. Now you'll need to create your credential for your OpenAI account, and for that purpose, again, do the same process. Just click on create a new credential. I'll show you how it looks. So here you need to add your OpenAI API key, and you can get that API key from this website. It's called platform.openai.com. And this is completely different from the ChatGPT account that you might have been using for your usual job, right? So just click on the top right corner here on your profile, select your profile, and then you can see API keys here. Just go to API keys, and this is exactly where you can see the API keys that you create. All you need to do is just click on create new secret key, name it, select your project here, and then create the secret key. And whatever secret key you receive, just copy it and come back and paste it here, right? And then the base URL is already selected here, and then you can just click on connect option that you'll get here, and your OpenAI account will be connected. Then you just select GPT 4.1 mini for this purpose, and your configuration is done for this particular node. The next step is to configure this structured output parser, and this particular option will be turned on when in the AI agent you switch on this option, that is require specific output format. Now let's get back to this node here, and you have to select the schema type generate from JSON example, and then paste this code here. I'll leave this code in the description again so you can use this directly, and make sure you switch on the autofix format option, right? So that's all about the structured output parser. And then again, you need to configure this ChatGPT OpenAI model. Again, in the same manner, just create your just connect your OpenAI account here and select GPT 4.1 mini, and that will be all. So now let's run this agent. Now when this agent is complete, we will receive 20 items in the output, and then we can proceed to the next node, that is the switch node. All right, so we have received 20 items in the output from the AI agent, and now we can move towards the switch node. So the whole idea of the switch node is to segregate the qualified ideas from the unqualified ideas, and for that purpose, you just have to search for the approval schema that we received from the AI agent. Yes, here it is. So just drag this and drop this here, right? And select the string here, right? Is equal to, the string is equal to, and click on and just write yes. Then follow the same step again, like drag and drop this here, and now write no. Okay, so this is how your switch node is configured, and just click on execute step. So now you can see the node has been executed, and we've received 14 items in the qualified ideas section and 6 items in the disqualified ideas section. So this means that the AI agent has approved 14 post ideas and rejected 6 post ideas, right? Now the next thing we need to do is configure this two Airtable nodes. So let's click on this node here, and the credential to connect with should be your Airtable personal access token account, which we already configured earlier. So just select that. The resource should be record, because every post is a record here. The operation is to create, which means we are going to create a new record for every post that comes into this particular table. The base will be content ideas for YT and LI. This is actually wrong. Let me correct it. So that's the content ideas bank. This is the name of the Airtable base database basically. And the table from the list will be topic ideas here. Why? Because these are all the positive ideas that we are sending to Airtable, and they will be added to this sheet. Now, mapping column mode, here you have to select map each column manually, and then all of these columns, you can see all of these options are basically the columns that we have created for the database. So you need to ensure that the columns here and the ones that are added in your database are similar, exactly similar, and then just see each column and add its schema. So if you want to add title, just search title, and you can see this is the title. So just drag and drop. You need to do for all of these items manually, and then just click on execute step. So you can see 14 items have come into the Airtable database, and now we'll do the same with the disqualified ideas sheet, right? Again, the same settings, just change the base. I'll have to change this here, and then the table should be rejected because these are the rejected ideas, right? And then you have to map each column manually again, depending on how you've configured the rejected table in your Airtable database. Okay, and then just click execute step. Now you can see all the 6 items have come in into the Airtable database. So now let's check the result. These are the 14 ideas that we got from the AI agent that were approved, and in the rejected section you can see there are the remaining 6 ideas. Now you can check each of the columns and how it has worked, right? So that's pretty much about it. This is how this particular agent works. If you liked this workflow, just let me know in the comments, and please don't forget to subscribe if you've loved this content, because I'll be bringing more such workflows that will help make your lives easy in your work. Thank you so much. Meet you again next time.